there, we are here with the internet's top 20 questions about the birth ball. So if you have any questions on this topic, I bet I'm going to get to them today, and I'm going to do it in a rapid fire style to make the most of your time. We're going to do it in 5 minutes. Let's start the timer here and let's go. What is a birth ball? So a birth ball is just an exercise ball or a yoga ball or gym ball. They're all the same thing. When you use them in pregnancy and labor and during birth, you call it a birth ball. What is a birth ball used for? So a birth ball can be used in pregnancy as an alternative to a chair for comfort. In labor, we can use it to get our bodies into different positions. And in postpartum, once we have the baby, we can use the birth ball to bounce and comfort our baby, like an alternative to rocking a baby. What size birth ball should I get? So the most common size is 65 centimeter ball. Actually, I am going to put the height right here because I don't know it off the top of my head, but I will insert it right here. How to inflate a birth ball. So a lot of birth balls come with a pump. That's a hand pump that you use to inflate the ball. And you can also, in a pinch, blow into it and inflate it by mouth. I have done that. How to choose a birthing ball. So there's a couple criteria that I really look for when I am suggesting somebody purchase a birth ball. First of all, we talked about size. Get the right size. And then you want a ball that is rated as an anti-burst ball so that it won't just burst if a hole gets into it. It instead will start deflating. That's for safety issues. I also like a high quality ball and one that is rated to at least 600 pounds of pressure on the ball. So I'm going to put a link down below to my favorite birth ball that you can get on Amazon. It's super affordable if you want to check that out. Can you bring a birth ball to the hospital? Yes, usually you can bring your own birth ball to the hospital. I will say that a lot of hospitals, at least in the US and Canada, do provide birth balls for people to use in labor. Can bouncing on a birth ball start labor? Oh, wow, this is a big question. So bouncing on the ball itself won't start labor. Now, bouncing on a ball or moving on a ball, rotating your hips on the ball might help the baby engage. That could lead to labor, but it's not that kind of magic that if you just start bouncing on a birth ball, you'll go into labor. Do some people go into labor when they're on a birth ball? Sure. But is it likely? I would say not likely, though could help engage that baby's head. Can bouncing on a birth ball hurt baby? No. So babies are very safe in there. They are used to being moved around a lot as we go about our everyday life, so will not hurt baby. How to use the birth ball to engage the baby. So engage the baby is getting that baby's head down into the pelvis. And though there is not a surefire way to do this, we could encourage this by doing big hip circles, big rotations while we are on the birth ball. So that would be a way to encourage baby's head to engage. When to use the birth ball in pregnancy. So you can use a birth ball at any stage of pregnancy, and like I mentioned earlier, it can be a really good alternative to sitting in a chair. I actually recommend my doula clients that they sit on a birth ball for at least 15 minutes a couple times during the day. How to use birth ball in labor. So you can use the birth ball in so many ways in labor. Actually, I have a great video that I'm going to link at the end of this, and I'll link down below that details all the ways to use it in labor. But my favorite ways are sitting on the birth ball, taking the birth ball and putting it on top of a bed and then leaning on it is another one. And I'll try to put some pictures in here too, just so you guys can see that. Why does a birth ball help? So a birth ball just provides another way, another method of changing up our body, using movement, using positioning, and helping that baby descend through the pelvis. Using the birth ball can help relieve some pressure on our body and can help us use movement as well, which is a great pain coping strategy to incorporate movements and body position changes. Which is better, birth ball or walking? Oh, that's an interesting question. Do I have to choose? I'd say birth ball is better when we need a little bit of a rest. We want to get off of our feet, and it is very versatile, whereas walking is pretty much just walking. So I don't want to choose, but they're both really good for different reasons. Can the birth ball help with back pain? I would say that it really depends on what is causing your back pain, that it is something that if you have a birth ball around and you're having back pain, you might as well try and see if getting in a different position might help the back pain. Can a birth ball used if you're plus sized? Absolutely. So again, I would choose a high quality birth ball, no matter what size you are, and just check the rating to make sure that it is tested up to your size. And like I said, I prefer a ball that is tested to 600 pounds. Where can I get a birthing ball? So you can certainly get a birthing ball from Amazon, like I linked down below, a lot of sporting goods, a lot of big box stores like Target, and you can always get one from a friend or a neighbor. Just when you do this, make sure that you know the quality of the birth ball. A birth ball versus a peanut ball. So a birth ball is round and a peanut ball looks like the shape of a peanut. I'm gonna put the two pictures right here so you can see the difference. The difference between the birth ball and the exercise ball, no difference, same thing. How to do a figure eight on the birth ball. So a figure eight is when you move your hips in a figure eight direction, and it is actually pretty easy. And then what is a birth ball cover? So a birth ball cover is where you take fabric and you cover up the birth ball and cinch it in with a drawstring and have a handle on the other side. And I'll put a link down below to my favorite company, Your Doula Bag, that makes birth ball covers. Whew, okay, 20 questions. We just barely made it in the 5 minutes. I hope that I answered all of your questions about birth balls, but I know the next video that you're gonna wanna see is a detailed step-by-step on how to use birth balls when you're in labor. All the positions are here in this video right here for you. And before you go there, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because I put out a video every week and I don't want you to miss it. See you next time. Bye, everybody.